Good morning, Trinity Baptist School. This is Algebra Course 2, and we are on Lesson 43. Lesson 43 gives us this challenge of converting a decimal to a fraction and vice versa, and then a fraction to a decimal. So we're going to look at this decimal here, and the decimal that we have is 125 thousandths because it's the tenths, hundredths, thousandths place. So if we say thousandths, we automatically know what our denominator is. Okay, the denominator is the place, and because we have the thousandths place, and literally we just put the number that is up here, 125, okay, on top. And then we reduce that fraction. And we can reduce that fraction down to 1/8. Okay, if we divide each by 5 and continue to divide by 5, we can, or 125 divided into 1,000 is 8. So, I mean, we can get that really easily. Okay, so converting a decimal to a fraction, pretty simple on the outset. Okay, so what if we have something like this? What if we have like an example 2? We have a number that is a whole number, 11.45. Okay, well, we know that 11 is going to be our whole number, so let's put that over here. And 45 is in the tenths hundredths place, so we're going to go 100 over 45, or 45 over 100. So there's our fraction. Can we reduce this? Well, yeah. And we can reduce this and divide it by 5. If we do that, that's 9 and that's 20. So we reduce the fraction to 9 over 20. So our total answer is 11 and 9/20. Okay, we've converted to a decimal number to a fraction. And at the same rate, we can take this 9 over 20 and we can convert it back into a decimal. Okay, and again, we have 0.9, right? So we're going to say times 4, okay, and that's going to be 80, and we're going to get 100, and that is going to be 5. So again, there's the 0.45 that we found right up here. So fractions can be converted to decimals, and decimals can be converted to fractions just as easy. Example 3 gives us a possibility of five different things. So it's a probability spinner, and we have it broken into 5 sections. Okay, and it's kind of a rough spinner here. My circle's terrible. Anyway, you get the idea. So on 311, the spinner up there, it says, what is the probability that it stops on 5? Okay, well, how do we know that this is a possibility at all? Well, we know that there's 5 different sections, so 5/5 is the whole spinner, and 1/5 is the little 5 over here, right? That's what we're looking at. So we can divide 5 into 1.0 and come up with our probability. So how many times does 5 go into 10? Well, there's 2, and we get 0, so it's 0.2. So 0.2 chance, 0.2, or 2/10 of a chance. And percentage wise, we can actually convert this to a percent. Anytime you want to convert to a percent, all you do is move the decimal over 2 spots, so it would literally be a 20% chance. And we know that's true too, because 20 times 5 equals 100. All right, so maybe learned a couple things here today. All right, example 4 on page 311 gives a bunch of different fractions, and we're just going to convert them to decimal numbers. Okay, so I'm going to pick on B just for fun. Okay, and we see 7 over 4. How do we set that up? Okay, well, 7 over 4, we always put the denominator on the outside, okay? And this is unique, and the reason I picked this is because this fraction is actually an improper fraction, Okay, so usually we see like a fraction as like 1/2 and the smaller number on top. Well, this one has a larger number on top, so we set it up this way. Okay, so what's our answer here? Okay, so we have 30, and we would say multiply by 7, 28 minus 20, and we're going to get 5. And there's our answer, 1.75, or we can say it 1 75 hundredths. And the word "and" is the way we do this. Okay, so I think you'll understand this is an easy concept today, very easy to see, and I don't think you'll have too many problems with it. The last example just compares. Example 5, we've turned the page at 312. I'm going to redo this, and we have an example of 3 over 10, and then we're comparing that. So we want less than, greater than, or equal to. And then we have a decimal. Okay, sorry, looks like it's 0.3 repeating. Okay, well, we got to change this into an actual decimal then. Okay, so we have to do 10 divided into 3. Okay, and we know that as a 0.3, right? So it's only 0.3. So literally we're saying 0.3 compared to 0.333, on and on and on it goes. Okay, which is what this symbol represents. So what is our we know that this is a larger number. Okay, so 0.3 is less than 0.333. All right, so those are the kind of problems you're going to get today. Rather simple, and hopefully do well today. All right.